Yeah, hi folks. Yes, One News and everyone that contributes to it are a bunch of left-wing hacks. And it is very clear to me that the Electoral Commission is the deep state. It is accusing Julian Bachelor of election advertising, which is a baseless claim. It is going after him in much the same way as the American deep state is going after you-know-whom.
Good evening. An anti-co-governance group has been investigated after distributing more than 300,000 pamphlets around the country. The Electoral Commission says it could be considered election advertising, potentially.
It could be considered, not is considered.
Earning its controversial author a hefty fine. It comes just days after a warning of deliberate efforts to misinform people about the election. Here's Maori Affairs correspondent Te Anawa Hurihanganui.
This anti-co-governance pamphlet is being dropped in letterboxes around the country and even handed out at malls.
And this dear old little lady was handing out these co-governance booklets.
Its contents alarming misinformation researchers.
All of it exclusively is extremely worrying. It is what you would call dangerous speech.
What dangerous speech? Give us an example.
The author, Julian Bachelor, makes unfounded claims a group of Maori elites are conspiring to take over the country.
Now, how exactly is that unfounded when it's true?
But it's this section of the pamphlet telling people how to vote that's caught the attention of the Electoral Commission.
It specifically mentions one of the things you, the person reading the pamphlet, can do is don't vote for parties which support go-governance. And so that, I think, probably makes it an election advertisement.
Now, that is not the impression he gave on the platform a few days ago. Now, this is Graham Edgeler here, and he's a guest writer for the spin-off. Now, that is all you need to know about him. He's a left-wing hack.
Co-governance is a relatively new concept in the way in which it is being defined currently. It is affecting public institutions and agencies, and it is being applied in often uneven ways across the public fabric of this country. Julian Bachelor is opposed to that concept. He believes very strongly in the idea of one person, one vote, and that no culture nor ethnicity should have precedent over any other. And that's a perfectly understandable philosophical viewpoint, and he has been involved in that issue. But it may appear that his co-governance tour, which has, as I said, been touring the country for much of the last year and appears to be self-funded in actual fact, is going to run awry of government regulations and legislation connected with election and political advertising. And joining us to talk about that and to see if indeed it has already is lawyer and blogger and expert public commentator Graham Edgeler, and he joins us now. Graham, thank you very much. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me on.
Graham, what's the story at the moment? What is as you would understand this better than I, what have the Electoral Commission said to Mr. Bachelor about his current campaign?
Well, it's not really about the campaign as a whole. I'd say what I've seen the letter they sent him. They've got a particular booklet. I haven't looked at anything else. There are videos and got a website. Don't know any of that. But the booklet that he's making available to people, I think online and probably in print as well. They've said it looks to them like an election advertisement, and there are certain rules before you can publish an election advertisement, and extra rules that apply for spending on election advertisements during the 3 months ahead of the election. And they've asked him, hey, you want to have a response to this before we decide what to do next? And, I've looked at that, and, for the most part, it's almost got nothing to do with the election.
It's almost got nothing to do with the election.
You know, it really is, it's about co-governance, and it's not talking about the election for most of the time, but you get near the end, action you can take. Don't vote for any political party which supports co-governance.
So one sentence in a 30-page booklet is somehow an election advertisement.
And if you look at the definition of election advertisement in the Electoral Act, means an advertisement that encourages you to vote or not to vote for a party of a type described by their positions, their views on a particular issue, whether or not the name of the party is stated. And that's like, don't vote for any party which is going to continue co-governance. That makes that bit of the leaflet is about the election.
That bit, he said, is about the election. And he didn't even say the word advertisement.
A letter obtained by One News,
Yeah, now folks, I've posted a copy of that in the description below.
Electoral Commission has warned Julian Batchelor election adverts must have an official promoter statement, including a name and address. To willfully ignore these requirements is illegal. It's still determining if the pamphlet is an election ad, but Mr. Batchelor isn't concerned.
The infringement is really just extremely minor, and it would be hard to prove it in court.
Exactly.
Is it your intention to influence the election?
Totally.
Totally, he said. Good on him.
The law also prohibits unregistered third-party promoters from spending more than $15,700 on promotion material in the 3 months leading up to the election. How many pamphlets have you printed?
350,000.
How much has that cost?
Oh, that's confidential.
Yeah, none of your business.
In 2005, the Christian sect Exclusive Brethren came under similar scrutiny for distributing these anti-Labour pamphlets without a promoter statement.
The complexities with the Exclusive Brethren pamphlet all those years ago was, well, does this count towards national spending? Well, National didn't approve it.
The investigation into these pamphlets is being closely watched by the Disinformation Project.
This is racist rhetoric.
Racist rhetoric, he says. Give us an example, but you won't.
This is colonialism's long shadow.
Julian Batchelor denies he's racist, inciting hate or spreading misinformation. But if he's found to be in breach of the Electoral Act, he could face a fine of up to $40,000.
Tianewa is with us now. Kia ora, Tianewa. Why does this investigation matter?
Well, Melissa, the rules are in place to ensure that anyone who comes across election material knows who's behind it. This is an issue of transparency and ensuring voters are properly informed. As for Julian Batchelor, the Disinformation Project has actually been analysing the traffic to his website and social media. They have discovered a significant number of people engaging with his content and say that it's important they are aware of the misinformation it includes.
What misinformation? Give us an example. Again, you won't.
So can we expect more of this?
Yes, the Electoral Commission has told One News they regularly receive inquiries about election material in the lead up to the 2020 election. It received nearly 100 complaints, mostly related to compliance. It says anyone looking to break the rules in the lead up to this election will be held accountable.
Yeah, now folks, the backlash that Julian is getting from the protesters, the media and the deep state clearly shows he's flying over the target. Anyway folks, I've posted all the relevant links below.